US bonds didn't really play ball today. It was much more of a European move. And then so now I'm happy, like the markets, it looks like the seller tried to bid there, the market's come back. Now I've got a bit more confidence, we've really held them in there, and I know there's a lot of short positioning that's come in from about 17s all the way down to 10s that I'm quite feeling a bit more comfortable at this stage. And then see how much it's done. We've done 4,000 contracts, being traded at 10s. So when that happens, obviously, there's a really high probability now that this market has to test at least a bit low. There's not, in my opinion, if it's going to be a good low or something, it's going to bounce from there. You don't want to see 4,000 sort of traded right at that price. You'd at least expect that the market's going to sort of splash through to the other side of 07s. So yeah, I forgot how long we actually spent on this level,
yeah,
but
we just went.
yeah, okay. And it's sped up a bit. So
when it goes through like the 07s, then it really goes straight to like double O's.
Yeah, when it gets through there. But often what I find is like the trades where you feel most uncomfortable are the trades that you actually are the best, and you doubt yourself and you start almost talking yourself out because maybe early on you were looking at a few longs and this felt really uncomfortable just sitting in here. And then eventually when you start to pick up, you've just got to be able to thrive on that uncomfortable feeling and realize that you don't get it that often, but when you are uncomfortable, it's probably because you're on the right side of a trade. It's just going to be a bit difficult in the beginning. So again, we've broken those levels. Now we're seeing the size come in again, 500s being clipped at market, loads of 500s. This is kind of the intent that you wanted to see through this level. You don't want to see it back up at 10s again. Really want to see this now start trading down into that sort of 97s, 95s area. See again, note like you've got some big size here, 1,000 lots. It's kind of, I often find that when you're seeing this size coming in on the offer, I often think it's a really good sign that's kind of where you can look for a momentum play through there. And if you look at the size going through on the offer, we're getting 300s, we're getting 500s, 400s. That should be no problem. So we've clipped through there. Now I'm looking at this level. I want to get at least a 4 in at some point and look for a splash kind of through that level. Like what I saw, there's been to get your clip in. Buyers getting trapped in here. A lot of people trying to hold this level. That's the level where we think we're going to get our splash through the 95s. And let's just watch when we start to sort of trade down there. So now basically sold another 3 into the 96, 95s. And now I really don't want to see this market trade back above the double O's. Like I would probably get rid of half my size for a scratch. There's the momentum kind of splash we were looking for. And then, it broke through there and started to sort of see a little bit of buying coming in, but probably should have just held my 3 for a retest of that low. But gave it a little bit. And our low for the day, our low before we started to bounce was 87. So just watch this last little move here. Again, just sort of, that was our level. 89s was kind of where I thought was potentially for me my target on the full target on the move, and I think 87s we stab into it and then we start to bounce. So, guys, that was how I traded it today, and it's something when I look back on now, I think what you guys were saying when we were watching the 17s to 13s, I think that was a great place to get a clip in because you could have you knew your risk above 20s. The tone shifted back to the buyers protecting that area. So I think anywhere from 17s to 13s to get a clip in, then to stick with selling your 10s, which was your level, then you potentially have 2 clips in, and then just waiting to get your 3rd clip in, or an aggressive clip, depending on how you like to trade, through those 90, 95s, 97s. You know, the action really picked up. I think you could have sold anywhere into that because you could really feel they were going to take that level, and they wanted it. So